call the member for Maitland.
Thank you, Mr Temporary Speaker, and I rise on the matter of public importance, Bowel Cancer Awareness Month, and I thank the member for Manly for bringing this to the attention of the House. Those in this House know that I have had very close personal experiences with cancer in both myself and in my family, and it is very clear that where screening happens early, the outcomes for people are much better, both in terms of their mortality, their survival rates increase very well when there's early screening, but also in the cost to both themselves and then into the rest of the community and the medical system. The National Bowel Cancer Screening Program is a really important part of early prevention and detection. People aged between 50 and 74 years are sent a free bowel screening test kit, which includes a test that they can do, which is called the immunochemical fecal occult blood test, or the IFOBT, and that is where samples are taken and they test for blood in that. Now, this has made a huge, enormous difference to our community. In fact, in our electorate of Maitland, our Rotarians have been very strong at putting this out. One of our Rotarians, Russ, I can't remember his last name off the top of my head, but he was very strong in getting this screening program really disseminated out and getting the kits out to people so that they did take the opportunity to get themselves tested, and then if they have other indicators, then they can go on to do other treatments and other more precise screening methods. When we think about it, cancer touches everyone in our community. Most of us in this place attended the Cancer Council's morning tea just this morning, and we talk about it so much in our community, and yet there still remains this fear, I think, Mr Temporary Speaker, about what will happen if we are diagnosed with cancer. How will that impact our life, and will we survive? And so I think people have this fear of what could happen, and as someone who has stood on that precipice, as someone who's got the call, in fact I got the call of my diagnosis of cancer the day one of my colleagues in this place died. My specialist rang me, and then we got the news that Kathy Smith had passed away from cancer. I can tell you that you do come through it in many, many cases, and many, many more if you do the early screening and detection, and that for even those who have not so good diagnosis, they do tend to have much longer and much better outcomes than in the past. It's all about prevention, it's all about screening and early detection. Give some money to the Cancer Council and make sure once you hit that golden age of 50, you do your bowel screen. Thank you.
Member